Welcome to the Bozone.
Hey, and welcome back to the Bozone. I'm happy we're doing this one so I can actually remember our names. Let's go. So, this is me. I am the one speaking, and I am Tristan. Then, Zek, you speak for a second.
Hi.
And that is Zek. Great introduction. I'm getting better at this.
And what episode are we on?
If the images channel is correct, then we are on episode 19. Whoa.
That's right.
We're almost at 20.
I have a real banger for the first topic of today.
Oh, tell me. Is it a little sausage?
Close. So, as you know, I'm into cooking videos. I like making food, and I like watching videos on YouTube to get ideas. And during my travels through the cooking space of YouTube, I have found many an egg opening gadget.
Interesting.
However, I have come to realize that a lot of these egg opening gadgets really look like medieval torturing tools.
Oh.
So, we're gonna play a little game. I call it egg opening gadget or medieval torture tool. I am going to give you an image, and you have to tell me, is this an egg opening gadget or a medieval torture tool?
Go for it.
Okay, let's start with the first one. Tell me, egg opening gadget or medieval torture tool?
That's a tough one. Looks like something you would like attach to someone's testicles.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this might be a curveball. I'm gonna say a egg opening gadget. Am I correct?
That is an egg opening gadget.
I'm
1 point for
sweating.
Tristan.
I am sweating.
Okay. Here's image number 2.
That's gotta be a torture device. Ain't no way. What?
That is an egg opening gadget.
What even? Why? What is it? Looks like you would be crushing someone's fingers or
It's that one's so
or something.
It was that one in particular that made me think of this game, cause that's so bizarre. You put the egg in the middle, and those little hooky things latch onto it and rips the egg open.
Interesting.
And firstly, if you were to put a testicle in there, you would die from pain.
Yes.
But yeah, that is actually an egg opening gadget also.
Man, I'm 1 for 2. I'm lacking. I don't even know what I'll win if I get them all correct, but
Let me just get a good image of the next one. There we go. Image number 3 is loading.
The sharp serrated edges makes me think that it is a torture device. But I think all of these will be egg opening devices. So,
Is that your final answer?
egg opening device.
You are correct. That is an egg opening device.
You're trying to do that thing where the teachers give you multiple choice. I'm just gonna kill myself. The multiple choice questions, and like, you know something is up when your first 4 answers have all been C. Like,
yeah. And then it turns out it's all just C.
Yeah, I never trusted it.
You are correct. That one is also an egg opening device.
2 for free.
You close those little teeth, and it also destroys the eggshell, revealing the egg underneath.
My question is, why do you need an egg opening device? Can't you just crack it? Like,
yes. Me, personally, I crack the eggs. But some people just want a device to open it. Anyway, let's move on to image number 4.
no, this is a tough one. Oh, that could easily be an egg opening device. But it could also easily be a medieval torture device, but I don't know how you would torture... Oh wait, I think I know how you would torture someone with that. Some people might enjoy that one. Yeah, I'm too good at this. That is a medieval torture device.
You are correct. Well
I'm
done.
just too good. I'm guessing
No.
that goes up someone's chocolate starfish.
Yes.
And goes...
This is the pair of anguish. Now, mostly it is pushed down someone's throat and then opened, right? However, if you were to if you committed the crime of homosexuality back then, it's not a crime anymore, but back then they would put it up your butt and open it.
The guy probably liked it.
I don't know about that one.
I've seen bigger.
Okay, let's go one more. Because I only have one more.
Oh. You have stumped me. What? Why? What is this? It looks new, so I'm gonna go with egg cracking device, but this could also be a torture. No. It has to be a torture. How would you even crack an egg with this? Egg cracking device, final answer.
This is also a medieval torture device. So, for this one, you take someone's thumb and put it on a hard surface and place that over it, and then turn the screw until the bones in the thumb start slowly being pulverized.
Ah, that sounds like an average Tuesday.
Yeah. So,
Man, I think the reason why this is so hard is because I can't see any practical use for an egg opener. An egg opening device, like...
it's difficult to, like, imagine me using one of those.
Like, literally anything could be considered an egg opening device, because you can just take the egg and whack it.
Yeah, I'm sure I can use the pair of anguish to open an egg somehow.
Man.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little game there.
It's interesting, man. We should get someone else on here and have like a quiz or whatever this was.
Yeah. It's just a little game. Guessing what's an egg opening device or a medieval torture tool.
Do you have any philosophical question or quandary?
I do, but I thought the eggs would take priority.
Yes, eggs do take priority in that case. I see you have a topic which could lead into one of my topics, so I want you to expand on that. The Barbie Fete.
Okay, let me get my phone out, cause the image is saved on my phone, and there's gonna be a lot of images in this episode, so just make sure you watch the video podcast version of this podcast, which is now on both Spotify and YouTube, if you want to.
I am very dumb. I should probably describe to the audio listeners what we're looking at too, because when things come on and I'm listening to a podcast, I don't really take the time out of my day because I'm listening to it while I work, so I don't really have time to look at it. So I'll try and describe what we're seeing.
Okay, so here is a Barbie Fete, the Metallorian, a cosplay by... Wait, I'm too blind to read.
Devin
I forgot to put
Accardo.
on my by Devin Accardo. The only reason I put this as a topic is because I think it looks amazing.
It definitely is interesting. I don't like the bright colors. Like, it just...
I love it. I think this is super cool take on like a Star Wars
so
Mandalorian
girly,
cosplay.
It's so girly pop, and nothing wrong with that. It's just not my taste. And
I wouldn't say it's my taste. I just think it's done very good.
yeah,
That's about it, really.
Well, yeah, I don't know nothing about Star Wars, and I don't know who this is.
I don't know either. I just found
her
on Reddit.
Well, to those listening, it's interesting. What character is it from Star
It's
Wars?
it's a Mandalorian cosplay. That's Mandalorian armor cosplay.
And it's like, instead of... Wait, let me quickly Google Mandalorian.
Instead of the normal like dark colors Mandalorians would usually paint their armor with, it's neon pink and yellow, and I love it. I think it looks great.
It's quite interesting. Hey man, yeah, it's pretty good. Now let me tell you a story about Barbie. Some might call it a wicked story. So, I found out. So, Ariana Grande is doing some promotional thing for Mattel for Barbie called the Wicked Show or something like that she's gonna perform in Hollywood, or not Hollywood, in Broadway, like the New York Broadway Center. So
I thought it's a movie.
Or a movie or some shit, I don't know. But so they have they are trying to advertise it on the like the little Barbie boxes that the Barbies come in. So on the back of the Barbie box there's like an advertising for the movie, and you can get more info on this movie at www.wicked.com. www.wicked.com is a porn site that was supposed to be wickedshow.com, but they forgot the show.
No.
So now there's hundreds of Barbie boxes promoting a porn site, and I just thought it's hilarious.
Oh no. Oh, poor little Susie just got a new Barbie. And little Susie loves Ariana Grande. It's her favorite music artist. So little Susie really wants to know what's on wicked.com.
Yeah, I just googled it myself to make sure it's real. Yes, it is it's an adult film site. It's not, it's like, it's a tasteful site. It's at least not like straight you see everything as soon as you open it up, but it is
It's. I don't think this is a small oversight though. Still,
man, I was just laughing at that.
that's so good.
Oh, but yeah, that was just because you had something with Barbie. I just needed to share that. Yeah. And another crazy thing that has Ariana Grande involved. Have you seen her new boyfriend?
No.
You need to see this. Her boyfriend looks exactly like almost a copy of her brother.
Okay, so this is how the boyfriend looks. Interesting decision.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. It's definitely similar.
I mean, they look... Their noses are the same. Their smiles are the same. Almost everything looks the same except their hair. The teeth are a little...
image. Yeah, if the hair, the teeth, and the eyebrows were slightly changed, it would be very, very similar. So, oh my gosh, that's so weird to look at.
Yes, it is. They are like the same person, and that's also another wacky thing. I don't know what happened, like why I got so much Ariana news this week.
Ariana Grande is making a comeback.
I mean, she's never not been a thing.
I don't know. Like, I haven't. There was like a 2-year period where I just didn't hear about her. The most I know about Ariana Grande is the fucking what's it, Nickelodeon show?
She was on a Nickelodeon show?
Yeah, it was like an iCarly Victorious spin-off called Sam and Cat, and Ariana Grande was on it. Ariana Grande.
Sorry, I just had to answer a text real quick. Yeah.
That is so unprofessional of you. How dare you answer text
it
during
was
our recording time?
This text is what is sponsoring our recording time, okay? No.
It's the unknowing investor.
Yes. Yeah, but no, I didn't even know Ariana Grande was part of Nickelodeon.
Really?
I just know, wasn't she in Barney? Was it Barney?
Barney?
I don't
know, man.
I don't know. I just know her name, and I know some of the music and stuff and what she looks like, obviously, but don't know much about her.
It's been a few years since I was like 11 watching Nickelodeon, so yeah.
I can't tell you, man. I really can't tell you. But yeah,
let's
was
see.
My Ariana Grande corner.
Yeah. Ariana Grande, if you wanna come on the show, you're welcome. please do not promote wicked.com while you're here.
Yeah, I think the actual like link that it was supposed to be is like wickedshow.com or wickedmovie.com, something like that.
And that's just funny slip up, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how such a large company has a slip up like that. It's the same as the like Batman peanuts. Like
yes,
it feels the same. It's like the same vibe.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move off of Ariana Grande.
Understandable.
And, let's actually finally get to the fucking philosophical quandary for this episode.
I thought we're skipping it because of the egg.
No, I just wanted to do the egg thing before it. I don't want to skip it. I've got like five philosophical quandaries in the channel that we need to get to eventually. So,
understandable.
Have you heard of Quantum Immortality?
Probably, but I don't remember the name.
Okay, so Quantum Immortality is a little idea where, assuming there is a multiverse and every multiverse has a version of you in it, or at least had a version of you in it, you can never die. So you live in one multiverse, and let's say you got in a car accident and you died. Then your consciousness travels over to the multiverse where you never got in a car accident and you don't know about this whole thing.
Yeah,
that is the quantum immortality theory.
Now, I want to ask you one thing. Now, let's say you die of old age. Does your consciousness jump to another body that's also like old and wrinkly and ready to die, like on the deathbed, but it's just an infinite loop of dying of old age at the end?
I'm just assuming your consciousness goes until there is no version of you left in the multiverse.
That is terrifying.
Because now there was a guy on Reddit like a few years back, I think, who was obsessed with the idea of quantum immortality. And it drove them insane. Yeah. They lost their job, they started drinking, and unfortunately it ended with this individual taking their own life to see if this is a real phenomenon. And it's not the first time. This is one of the only philosophical ideas that I have really seen people get existentially terrified by and messed up by it, because I've actually done a bit of reading, and I've found a few people on social media that are either completely fascinated and obsessed with the idea of quantum immortality, or entirely like terrified of it, terrified of the idea that they will just keep going, never knowing what is your true fate, right? Hey
man, I want to be immortal. I vibe with it.
Yeah.
But I chill. The only thing I'm scared of is what happens at old age. Let's say your body is just at the point where it can't go on. That's my only fear, like, because then all of your other versions in the multiverse or whatever is gonna be also old and busy croaking.
Yeah.
Then you're just gonna continue swapping between them, and if there's infinite, it's just infinite, like 3 seconds of like
In a way, it's kind of compared to a more interesting Schrodinger's cat experiment, where in the box is the cat. You don't know if it's alive or dead until you open the box and observe it. However, Quantum Immortality states that you are now in the box, observing the cat, and it dies. But someone else in a different box, observing the same cat, now sees the cat not dying. So it's a whole thing. There's probably a lot more in-depth ideas regarding quantum immortality. I read a thing that the cosmologist Anthony Aguirre warns that quantum suicide is foolish and selfish in the extreme, and to let this possibility guide one's actions in any life and death questions. So this is my warning to anyone that might get their head wrapped around quantum immortality, is just don't think about it.
Yeah, no. Like
if this is an idea that scares you, you should rather just not think about it.
Amen. Like I said, I'm chilling with immortality, like, bring it on.
Yeah, I'm not too bothered.
Yeah.
I am not too bothered because if you ask me, then my life would just keep going on as normal since I haven't died yet.
Yeah. Like, and you aren't aware of that you died in some accident.
I'm not aware
something.
if I died.
Like,
maybe 3 multiverses ago I never discovered the cancer and I died. I wouldn't know because I'm alive.
Yeah, it doesn't affect our, because even if you know that it is true, what can you do about it?
Yeah.
That's the same as
that's
my same
perspective of it.
That's my same thoughts on like the Matrix. Like, yeah, even if we're in the Matrix, like, what can we do about it? Like,
at the end of the day, it's probably best to just live your life normally.
Yeah, we are the sheeple.
Just be happy. Just be a sheep. But be happy, you know. Screw the quantum dread and existential crisis. Just do your thing.
Yeah, man. Nah. That.
But yeah.
The only,
I guess.
only reason why I would
go.
want immortality is so that I could finally not have to worry about the existential dread and whatnot. Because I feel like you live so long with immortality that at some point you just understand how the universe works, and the meaning of life has been opened up to you. But since you're immortal, you do not live, you do not die, none of that, so you are outside of life.
Yeah, I need to get a Shaolin monk on the podcast so we can talk about true peace and harmony. But that's my question.
Buddhist. I don't know if you knew
really?
that. Really? Yeah.
Your dad is a Buddhist?
Yeah, not the one that you play games with my real father that you do not
know.
Yeah.
I assumed your real father.
Yes.
But I did not know that.
Yeah.
That is... Is he like vegetarian?
Sort of, but he is very, like, I always, when I was younger, I was like, damn, this guy is weird, but later on I figured out it's because he is not like, how can I say, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but he is an interesting sort. Yeah, I'll talk about it later after
Alright.
podcast because I can't find words now. Brain is too
Alright.
fried.
That's my question for you this week, dear viewers. Now that we finally got into my question, is do you believe in quantum immortality? That's just a simple question. Do you think it's possible for quantum immortality? Anyway,
Let me give my answer quickly. Perhaps.
yes.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. Like, I don't know. I'm not the smart person.
Let's apologies. Let's move on to our mid-episode segment.
Fucker.
I made you yawn. I made you yawn.
Man, I'm trying not to. I'm trying so hard not to.
Let's move on to show recommendations. Yeah, and movies.
Woo! I got a show for you. Nah,
Say it.
Show for you. Severance.
Never heard of it.
It's one of the best shows I've ever watched in a long time. It only has one season so far. It ends on like a cliffhanger, and I'm very excited for the second season, which is about to release next year in January. And
Oh, it's got John Turturro in it. I love John Turturro.
is that the guy from Transformers?
Yes.
Yes, it does have him in there. I immediately, when I saw him, I was like, that's the guy from Transformers! Yeah, I don't know his name or anything, but yeah, it's quite an interesting show. It's also this, like, I want to say there is like a deeper theme to it because of how, or what the plot is. Like, it is in this like dystopian future where this like big company, let's just call it Google for now, but the company is like, it's like Google or Apple or Amazon. It's like the biggest company in the world, like billionaires, trillionaires, what you name it, like big company, and it has these people that work for it. But it's very dystopian because it is set up in such a way that the people that go in there to work, as soon as they step through the doors into the office, they switch to like a different consciousness. And that's their work self. They don't, and the consciousness in the work only exists when they're at work. So as soon as they step out, they go back into their regular thing. And the company is just trying to say that it's because there is an NDA, like a very, and that way you can't break the NDA. But the consciousness is like, doesn't know what's happening in the other one's life. Like, the one that lives outside of work does not have any idea of what the one feels inside of work, and like their personalities are like night and day difference, because it was basically like a blank slate and they only exist when they are at work, so they get shaped by like what's around them. And it is such a interesting and crazy, like, it was just such a cool concept for a show. It almost sounds like a Black Mirror episode, but it's done so well. The, like, how it's set up with, like, the people going out of work and then immediately being back in work, like, that is already hell for me. Like, imagine, like, you step out of the doors, like, oh, I'm going home, and as soon as you step out of the doors, you're stepping back into the doors because it's the start of the next day. Like, that is what the work consciousness feels.
That sounds horrible.
Yes, and they don't know what's happening outside. Like, they can't see out of the building. Like, they have no idea if there's an apocalypse going on outside of the building. There's nothing, and it's just there are a lot of deep questions in the show if you like to think a lot. It's got some very tense moments in there. It is a huge, like, what's it called, like a commentary on, like, capitalism, I want to say, but not capitalism, more like the big companies, like I said, Google and Amazon, and how they treat their workers, because they even have the funniest thing or not really funny, but it was so interesting to see the, like, worker people quote the work handbook of, like, safety and stuff, like they're quoting the Bible. Like, a lot of them will, like, will talk about something and then be like, page 134 of I forgot the guy's name, let's just call him Craig's handbook, says, thou shalt not work when or no, thou shalt not slumber when work has to be done, or some stuff like that. And it's so crazy to see how it's just such a wonderful and interesting show. I want to recommend everyone to go check it out, especially Yuzek. Like, you should really go and watch it. I think you will love that show.
That really sounds like a cool concept, and it does sound like it opens up a lot of kind of philosophical thinking.
Yeah, and there's this whole debate on the outside world whether this, like, procedure to have, like, a work consciousness should be banned or if it should go. And there's, man, I'm giving away so much of the show. Yeah, you should really go and give it a watch.
Alright, I will do that. I really did not bring such a complex show to the table.
Let's go.
Because I'm recommending regular show.
Oh, the regular show is amazing though.
It's a fun, simple little cartoon. I find it extremely relaxing to watch regular show right now. We've been binge watching regular show, and I could not be happier with just binge watching regular show. Because it's got, like most cartoons, it's got its little filler episodes, but as the show progresses, there's more story, there's more character information, there's more lore, and I think J.G. Quintel has created very unique, interesting characters and really blended it into a mundane world. Because, like, besides from the main cast, everything is pretty normal.
Yeah.
It's just people going about their business, doing everything they do in a normal day, and then we got, like, the main characters fighting a big evil villain, and then the next day everything goes back to normal. It's like this blend of crazy and normal that I just find really satisfying and entertaining.
I love the, like, juxtaposition in that show of, like, the people going like, hey, you should get the leaves out of the gutters, and literally, like, 2 minutes later they're fighting the literal devil because of something that happened. And I'm like, the like twists in that show is crazy.
Another thing I really like is how much the show likes screwing the characters up, because if anything goes wrong, 10 other things immediately go wrong too. Like, they need to There's one episode they need to bring a cake for a surprise party, and the cake flies off the car, and then immediately the cake gets trampled by homeless people, and then explodes, and then gets set on fire, and then causes a black hole, and the cake is gone. It's so
That's what I'm talking about. It's such a mundane, regular situation, and then it just goes to the extreme in a blink of an eye. It's just a beautiful show, man. I love it.
It's really funny too. The humor in it is little shitty toilet humor, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's a brilliant show. Now I'm gonna go watch it again as well.
It's a simple recommendation. There's not too much philosophy going on with regular show. There's no deep existential meaning. It's just a fun universe, fun characters, and a good time.
Yes. Skips is my favorite. Skips or Muscle Man.
Yeah, Muscle Man is my spirit animal. I'm gonna get a Muscle Man tattoo soon.
Oh, man, it's such a great show.
If I were more confident in myself, I would live like Muscle Man lives. If I were to reach my true potential, I would be Muscle Man.
He truly is the peak of male, I don't know, everything.
Peak male physique. Peak mindset. Always knows a guy.
Do you know who else always knows a guy?
Yes.
My mom!
And the humor, his jokes, they always land perfectly.
Oh,
you know who else has a podcast with 11 viewers?
Us!
Us!
Oh, hell yeah. I love it.
It's brilliant. I love Muscle Man. And the fact that they've got like a cast that entirely basically just does regular show, and then a few side characters, and then they just have Luke Skywalker voicing Skips.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Mark Hamill voices Skips.
Hey man, I love Skips though. He is such a cool character. Like, he's just vibing, but he is just...
What did you do?
Yeah. And he just always knows. Like, the fucking Grim Reaper can come and Skips is like, I've dealt with him before.
Yeah, he had the whole, like, arm wrestling contest with death.
Yeah. And wins. Some Kratos ass monkey guy.
This freaking black hole opens up in the park. He's like, don't worry, I've handled this before.
Yes. I just love it. Man, that show, we could talk about it for hours.
That also Skips' mindset. He is the same for a broken toilet and a black hole opening in the park.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I've done this before. It's alright.
Oh.
It's a great show. If you've somehow never seen regular show, just go watch regular show. It's an old Cartoon Network cartoon. It's been done for like 10 years now or something.
What is the other show that was created by the same creator of regular show?
Close enough.
Yeah, I started watching it and it wasn't the same. I had high hopes for it, but it was just not regular show.
Yeah, I watched all of it before it got cancelled. It just didn't hit as good as the mental trip that was regular show.
Yeah. I mean, we got a fucking blue jay walking around with a raccoon, or is it a raccoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their boss is a gumball machine.
Yeah, it's just, it's beautiful. It's a work of art.
The blue jay dates a cloud for a while.
Yeah, and he also dates some sort of red bird, a red jay.
A red robin.
It's amazing. Love it.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on.
I don't know if you want to talk about that newest topic yet, because I've not seen anything about it.
No. I need to read up a bit more on it. Spoiler for next episode, we're talking about the US Congress's UFO hearing. If you want the scoop. No, they called it UFO hearing this time.
They're getting back to their roots.
Oh yeah. So we'll give you guys the scoop on that next episode, where we also will be doing ice cream scoop or medieval torture device.
Well, I think that could be more difficult, because I could actually see a use for an ice cream scoop. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, let's get back on that. I still don't understand. I think it would take more time to go into the drawer and take out a tool specifically to crack my egg, instead of just grabbing the egg and cracking it on the table like a normal person.
Like I said, I don't even cook, and I can crack an egg like pretty easily. Like, it's not a difficult chore. It's not like I don't even know what cool. Let's say a lemon.
I can see for it is if you hate egg goo on your hand.
I crack eggs without getting egg goo on my hand.
Exactly. That's also not even okay. But if you have to separate the eggs, it gets a bit more messy.
Yeah, but you can't even use those tools to separate them. You can only use them to crack it.
None of these are egg separation tools. They are only egg cracking tools.
Yeah, the
only thing medieval
that
torture
I
devices.
could think of using to like separate it might be like the first one, maybe like very difficultly. But
I don't even know how to use that one.
You sure it's not a medieval torture device, like a ball clamp or something?
Yes, I'm sure it's not a torture device. The only cool egg cracking tool is the one where you like lift up the weight and drop it on the egg, cause that just looks fun.
The egg guillotine.
Yes. We'll be right back to medieval torture devices.
Man, maybe there is just a freaking what's it called? Not a quantum connection,
I think there's a deep connection ingrained in human evolution to abuse eggs.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of connection between eggs and torture devices, because, man.
Yeah.
Like, the only real kitchen tool that I could ever see myself using, now, I personally don't cook, but, like, when I've had to, like, go make tea or something, and I'm peeling a lemon, and you're trying to juice the lemon, or an orange or something, the only useful thing is, like, a juicer, because that squeezes out that little bit that you can't really squeeze out with your hand, and then you get, like, maybe, like, 5 mils extra juice, which I love using juicers, man.
I mean, I like cheese graters.
Yeah, cheese graters are also pretty cool, but other than that, like, there's not really... Obviously, like, blenders and stuff, but that's not really I'm just talking about, like, something to open up the food, like, so that you can start preparing it, not, like, the actual cooking utensils. Or
you know how... so, the other day I was making watermelon sorbet, right? And this guy kept giving me shit because I wanted to make sorbet and not record. And, so eventually I got to making the watermelon sorbet, I made like half of it and then I broke the blender, so now there's just a bunch of frozen watermelon in my freezer. And I need to replace the blender.
That is what I call a success on my part. It was
the good news is it tasted great. The half I did make tasted great, so...
yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of anything cold. That's why I was giving him shit. But
yeah.
No, it's I just don't like cooking or anything. So I'm not really the best person to talk about within the kitchen stuff, but man, I can make hell of a scrambled egg. Like and I've never in my life thought, man, it would be great to have something to help me crack these eggs. I just use the side of the pan or like the pot or whatever.
So there is this guy on YouTube, right? He's been here in my thing for a long while. He's called GrndpaGaming.
I've seen him. Is it the guy that plays Battlefield?
Yes.
Yes, I love it. I always watch clips of him.
Yeah, I believe he is a 71-year-old retired Navy diver. And he plays Battlefield on Twitch. He streams Battlefield on Twitch and YouTube and whatever. And he makes the craziest shots you can think of.
Yeah, he's always sniping. I've seen him like
sniping the shit out of people. I wanted to talk about him because he's been sitting up here for a while. And
man, he is amazing though.
And I want to say shout out to that guy because he's cool.
Man, every time I see him, like, I watch the clips of him, and then it's him, like, sitting there, playing, like, total concentration, like, he is zoned in, and then I'm like, I can't see what he's looking at, and then you see the gun shoot, and then it's like, enemy killed, and I'm like, excuse me,
yes,
what?
Exactly
there wasn't even movement on the screen. Like, I was like, what? But he is cracked at Battlefield, my guy.
Get wrecked, nerd. You just got killed by a 71-year-old grandpa.
So I used to play Battlefield 4 a lot, and all of the people I played with, this is gonna sound weird, but it was all like grandpas or like older people, like people that are in their like 50s and 60s. The one guy I was playing with was deaf. I'm like, how does... And he cooked on that game. I was like, how do you even function? Like, you can't hear anything. You don't know if someone's behind you. Like, is that guy just constantly twirling his mouse around to, like, view behind him? What's happening? But, I mean, it's not impossible to play games deaf, but, like...
Yeah.
It helps when you can hear the sounds, like, coming from behind you, or even being knowing when you're being shot at by, like, a sniper or something, because you can hear the, like, the bullets whiz by you, but he can't. He was deaf. he only typed in chat, and he was always in game, and he had our clan tags and whatnot, but then I would be like, why does this guy never join us? So I asked the one guy, like, why is he never in TeamSpeak? That was way back when TeamSpeak was still a thing. I don't know if you've ever used TeamSpeak.
Yes, I remember those days.
Man, and then I'm like, why does this guy never come join us in TeamSpeak? And they're like, he's deaf. Like, I was like, oh well, I'm typing, like, with him, so I don't mind. But yeah, I'm so surprised with some people. Like, I just didn't like, I know there's an older community playing games. Obviously, like, I'm still saying games are for all ages. Like,
Yeah.
what's the one granny that's like playing Skyrim all the time?
Oh, she retired. Yeah, Grandma Curry. She retired from Skyrim.
Yeah.
I wanted to say the best part about it is that you probably played against my father once or twice in Battlefield. 'Cause
Probably.
that guy is a monster in Battlefield. He was, I think, in Africa, he was like ranked top 5 in the continent for a while. He was a monster in Battlefield 4.
Man, that game was so good. I don't want to
I
get
should
into
really,
this again.
I should really set up a YouTube channel for my dad, so that he can just play Battlefield.
Man, if he ever plays Battlefield, does he still play Battlefields? Like
No,
the newer
he's
ones?
he's moved to Call of Duty Warzone because he says the new Battlefields are crap.
Yeah, they are. I mean, 2042 was, but in its current state, like the last time I played it, I'm saying current, that was for like 4 months ago or maybe more. But like after it was released, it was horrible. Like I played like one round of the game and I was like, this is the worst thing they could have done for Battlefield ever. Like they should have just gone back to their roots. But right now, last time I played Battlefield 2042, they have smoothed out the game so much, and it feels so much like, or I shouldn't say it so much. It's a lot closer to being like Battlefield 4, where the whole class thing is basically gone. The only difference with the like almost like Euro shooter that it was is that it has like the little gadgets that every class has now. Like the engineers have their whatever engineering gadgets and whatnot, but they've really turned that game around.
Yeah.
And the assaults, which it's a kind of a fun tool, but the assault class now has a grappling hook as one of the selectable gadgets, which I love that grappling hook. Actually, I haven't played it in a while, but the last time I played it, it was quite good.
Yeah. I can't wait for a new Battlefield game, if it's good, because I would like to see a good, huge map shooter again, because I just couldn't get into Battlefield 2042.
Yeah. No, it's still not perfect, but they've really turned it around. What I honestly think they should do is they should just take Battlefield 3 and 4, take all of those maps, remaster the games, because they're basically the same game, just with better graphics. Just, they already had most of Battlefield 3's maps in Battlefield 4, so just remaster Battlefield 4, add some extra maps, add a little campaign. It doesn't have to be anything too fancy. I would, if they sell it to us for $80, I would buy that shit immediately. Just go play it again. Like, it was such a great game, man.
Let's, speaking of video games, it is time for everyone's favorite weekly segment. Video game suggestions.
Man,
One day
I'm
we're gonna
going
run out of
first.
video games and we're gonna have to scrap this idea.
Well, you see, the thing is, I would just recommend whatever we're playing at the moment, and I'm gonna recommend. You can recommend first. I'll let you go first.
No, you do the thing. I know what you're gonna recommend. I've got something else, so you go first.
I got something else as well.
Oh. Okay, well then I'm going first.
Yes.
I'm going to recommend Boosted Survivors.
Ooh.
It's pretty new, came out 29 August 2024. It is basically Vampire Survivors, but it's made by Clarity Games, which Clarity Games is owned by someone who we both watched, or used to watch, or maybe still watch. I watched him today on YouTube, and that's Philip Baumgart, aka Baumi.
Baumi?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's very similar to Vampire Survivors in the idea that it's just like a nice indie 2D pixel looking action roguelike, and it looks good. I checked it out a little bit. Unfortunately, I have not bought it yet because Steam won't let me, but we'll get to that. It costs like 99 cents, so it's not very expensive.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm looking at it now, and it just looks like a chill game. A chill, like,
Yeah.
What can you even call that type of game?
It's just like an action roguelike. There's no story,
Yeah.
there's no puzzles, there's nothing except kill stuff.
Yeah, and yeah, Vampire Survivors. It
Yeah.
literally just looks like Vampire Survivors, but with a bit more flexible customization. If I
Yeah.
wanted to, yeah, it looks great. Man, didn't Balmy stop making YouTube?
No, he lied. He said he's stopping, but he still hasn't stopped, so I'm still watching his videos until he stops.
I stopped watching his videos because of that one video I watched, and he was like, I'm gonna stop, and yeah, I was like, man, I always, like, every night it was like a ritual for me to go to bed because his videos are always so calming to me.
Yes.
So I would like lay in bed, watch one of his videos, like maybe get halfway through, maybe finish it, but like at the end I'm always like, I can go to bed now. And then I saw that video of he's gonna stop, and I was like, oh, gotta stop my ritual now. I cut him out of my life. It was a sad day, but I'm very happy that he hasn't.
Except he is still going, so that's good.
Yeah. And then, you know what? Next week we should recommend, like, both of us should recommend the one game, because I'm gonna recommend something different as well.
Okay.
Yeah, next week we should just use that one game for our recommendation.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Because we both play it. So this week I'm gonna recommend Chained Together.
Yes.
Man, we played it. We haven't played it too much, but whenever we play it, I'm just having the greatest time of my life. Like, it's not even, the gameplay isn't anything crazy. It's not anything like how can I say, I forget the word now, like innovative. It's not any innovative gameplay, it's nothing crazy. It's literally just you are a bunch of bozos that are chained together trying to climb out of hell, and we are failing miserably at it, but it's fun all the way. Man, such a good game.
So fun to just play. It's so funny.
Man,
And every time we do, it's just a good time.
yeah. No, it's a great game. Honestly, if you have friends, which if you're listening to us, you probably don't. No, I'm joking. Jokes. If you have friends, go play Chain together with them. If you don't, contact us at legitbozone@gmail.com and let us know. We
Yes.
will play with you.
We
Maybe.
will play Chain together with you, maybe.
Perhaps, perchance, if we have the time. But yeah, that is my suggestion.
I'll take it.
I don't even know what to describe Chain Together as. It's just
It's a platformer. It's a
Yeah.
3D platformer, third person 3D platformer.
you have to do a little bit of
And it's nice.
parkour, a little bit of synchronized timings and whatnot, because if you can't go too far from each other because you're chained. Yeah, it's fun.
Together.
Yeah, together.
Yeah. And chains.
Yeah,
Who doesn't like being chained up?
with each
Anyway,
other.
that's the all the time we have for this episode.
Yes. Now I'm gonna go take a nap. Goodbye,
Hello.
everyone. Love you. And Zek, give us the links. Unless you just died.
Oh, I think we just dropped connection there for a minute.
Yes, we did. You
Did
hear?
you do the outro?
Well, I said I'm about to go take a nap. We ended right on time for me to go take a nap, and then I said, "So, love you guys." And Zek, give us the links.
You can find us on YouTube and Spotify as The Bozone. You can find us on our social medias, Twitter and X and Instagram as The Bozone. You can find us on our subreddit as The Bozone. And you can email us at legitbozone@gmail.com. Be sure to take a look at, if you like D&D, our D&D podcast, Bozos and Dragons. Thank you for listening.
Hell yeah, brother.
Goodbye.